All right, Warriors fans, Storms fans, footy lovers in general, this is a game you do not want to miss. The New Zealand Warriors are up against the Melbourne Storm. And let's be real, this is a matchup that always delivers something special. We've got physicality, we've got skill, we've got narratives, we've got people retiring like Christian Welch. There's a lot to break down here, and from the lineups to the key battles on the field, the strengths, weaknesses, rumors, everything, we need to get into it before the kickoff. But before we do that, if you don't mind dropping me a like, a subscribe to the channel, and a comment about who you're going to think is going to win this one, that'd be greatly appreciated. But let's get stuck into it. There's no point wasting time on this. Let's start with the Warriors. They've got a really strong squad for this one. I'm going to butcher some of the names here, but we're going to do my best, so just bear with me. We've got a fullback. We've got Taine Tuaupiki. On the wings, we've got Roger Tuivasa-Sheck and Edward Cossey. In the centers, we've got Ali Liatua and Eddie Tuava, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Again, forgive me. But in the halves, we got T-Meyer Martin at 6, and then Luke Metcalf at 7. Really solid layout there. I'm really pumped to see those two work hand in hand. Let's move up front. We've got Bunty Afoa and Jackson Ford as the starting props, and then with Wayde Egan at the hooker. And then back row, finally, we've got Dimitriak Vayamonga, Kurt Capewell, and Aaron Clark at lock. Man, those names are hard to pronounce. Man, how do you guys have problems pronouncing it too? Anyway, on the bench, there's a lot to look at too. We've got people like Dylan Walker, Tom Ale, and then we've got the extended squad like Sam Healy, Tanner Stower-Smith, Freddie Lussick, people like that. Also got like Channel Harris Tavita. I think it's going to be a really solid lineup there. Now let's look at the Melbourne side. At fullback, we've got Sualauvi Faalogo. The wingers, we've got Kane Bradley, Suatu. In the centers, we've got Mariam Sieve and Chris Williamson. Solid lineup. And then in the halves, Tyron Wishat and 6. We've got Keegan Russell Smith at 7. Really pumped to see those two as well. Russell Smith really just really impresses me with his overall playing. The way that he can create gameplays and X's and just run different backlines is super, super cool. But the forward pack sees Sion, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Yuto Kermanu and Lazarus Vealepu as the starting props with Bronson Garlick at 9. The back row is Alec Lasardi, Jack Howarth, and Alex Hinchy at lock. Their bench includes Sualauvi Huan, Cole Page-Wilson, we got Nathan Roach, Ben Talty, and then we got the extended squad, featured names like Max Harper, Jesse Golden, Harry Pill, Jaden Billing, Sion Paul, Vasa Sikahali, and then Patrick Conn, Liam Williams, Amoni Morris, Israel Louis, and Toi Katoa. Huge lineup there. I really do think the Storm might come out on top in this one, but I'll get into my prediction later. So let's break this all down properly and actually see what this looks like. For the Warriors, obviously, the big story here is going to be Roger Tuivasa-Sheck returning to the rugby league. That is massive. He's been out of the NRL for a couple years now, and now that we get to see how quickly he finds his rhythm. Look, I don't think it'll take him too long. He's too good to experience. The big question is whether he still has his explosiveness, that sidestep that made him so dangerous. Even if he's lost a step, his football IQ alone is going to make him just an absolute weapon on the field. Let's move to the halves. We got Luke Metcalf and T-Meyer Martin. They're an interesting pairing. I'm excited. Metcalf's got a lot of pace. He can break the game open while running his game, but he still needs to refine his control, especially against a disciplined side like Melbourne Storm. T-Meyer Martin, cool head, good decision maker. He's been around. He knows how to manage a game. The key for the Warriors is going to be how well these two control the tempo on and off the field, I would say, as well as communication with the team there. Let's move to the dummy half. We got Wayde Egan. He's another key player for me. Always love watching this guy play. I think this guy is actually super underrated. His service is very crisp. His game awareness is very solid, and he knows how and when to run. If he can get the Warriors on the front foot with a quick play, that's going to open things up for the attack. Those quick play the balls really going to open up the field, going to create some momentum, some stamina that I just don't think the Storm is going to be able to stop. And then there's Kurt Capewell. This is the kind of player that wins you games. He is tough, he is smart, and he knows how to exploit weak defensive reads. If the Warriors are dominating possession, expect Capewell to just absolutely start sniffing around all the holes on those edges. He's going to break through. He's going to create plays to get in those holes and just absolutely go on a try, just massacre. He's going to score a lot of points or set up a lot of points, I believe, in the game. Let's move to the Storm. The first name that stands out is Sualauvi Faalogo. This kid is electric. We saw glimpses of what he can do last season, and if he gets space, he will absolutely punish you, no doubts. The Warriors' kick chase has to be disciplined because if they give him time to move, he's got the footwork and the acceleration to turn nothing into something. Really love watching that guy play. Tyron Wishart at 6 is an interesting one. He's not your traditional 5'8", but he is reliable. He's got a decent kicking game. He's tough in defense, and he's a workhorse. But this is where I think the Warriors could get some joy. Target him, make him make a lot of let him make a lot of the defensive decisions, wear him down. I think that's going to be their shooting point. Bronson Garlick at hooker. He's not flashy, but he is solid. He does the job, keeps Melbourne rolling forward. He's not going to tear the game apart with attacking plays, but he is reliable, and sometimes that's just what you need. Like a Toyota. Not flashy, but reliable. And then you've got Sion in the middle. Big, strong, aggressive guy. If Melbourne is going to win the middle battle, he's going to be the dominant one to do that. So how does this game play out? I think this is how I think it's going to play out. The Warriors will play direct. They want their big forwards to punch through the middle, get quick play of the balls, and let Egan go to work around the ruck like they always have. But if they can do that, Melbourne's defense could get stretched, and that's where RTS, Metcalf, and Martin can take full advantage. Melbourne, on the other hand, will want to control the pace. They won't want this to turn into an open game too quickly. Their strengths have always been their structure. High completion rate, strong defensive line speed, and making teams work for every meter. The kicking game is, of course, going to be crucial. The Warriors need to make sure they pin in Faalogo deep and forcing Melbourne to come out of their own end. We might see a lot of dropouts from this game just because of that fast-paced, deep kicking game. If they're going to give him room to move, it's going to be a problem. So they need to really push up on that. And then there's the RTS factor. We don't know if he's going to be the Roger of old right away, but one thing's for sure. When he gets the ball in space, when he gets the crowd going, everything just comes together. He has the big games, and the Warriors probably just won't win this. Now off the field, we've got a few storylines. Christian Welch, huge storyline. He's retiring. That is massive. One of the most respected leaders in the game, and Melbourne will definitely miss his leadership. How do you replace that? That's a big question for the Storm going forward, and I would love the answers. But this is my take, kind of the rumors around it that I think could be, a good fit. There's some noise around Luke Metcalf's future. Do the Warriors see him as the long-term halfback? Does he need a big season to lock in his spot? Something to keep an eye on. I think he's a great player, and I think that if he does well in these trials, he might actually lock in and get a decent spot on the team. And then there's rumors that Melbourne is looking to add another really big forward. We've heard a few names thrown around, whether that happens before the season kickoff or if we'll just have to wait and see. So, prediction time. This is what I think is going to happen in the game. This is what I think the score is going to be. So let's see what happens. If the Warriors forwards win the early exchanges, I do think they take this game. If Egan is dictating plays, if RTS finds space, and if Metcalf and Martin controls things well, I think they get the job done. But Melbourne is Melbourne. They don't roll over. Even with a younger squad, they'll be well drilled, and if it turns into an arm wrestle, they will back themselves to grind out a win. They always do. They've always been a great team. Even when Cooper Cronk, Cameron Smith, Billy Slater days. I'm leading towards the Warriors in a close one though. I think the Warriors are going to come out 22, Storm 18. That's just my take. I think just with everything the way it is, falling and just defensive, offensive things. That's just my take. But what's yours? What do you think? Who's coming on top? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this. It's going to be a huge game. I'm thinking about doing a play-by-play. Let me know if that's something you guys want to see, just like a reaction kind of thing. Watching it with you guys. But yeah, it's going to be a huge game. Some serious eyes on Metcalf, and just seeing him just absolutely dominate the field. But yeah, what do you guys think? How's it going to end? Warriors, Storm. Will Storm just do what they always do, play a great game, or Warriors, come through and get the dub? Being real. See you in the next one, mate. How do you like the new setup too? Moved from the corner to the wall. Got the footy. Found out I had a footy on my work office, so I brought it in, and yeah, straight from down under. If you don't know, I live in Michigan now, United States. Moved here about 5 years ago, but I'm originally from Australia. Super hard NRL fan and just love all things footy. But yeah, what do you think of the new setup? Excited to keep this thing evolving. Thank you for all the support. You guys are subscribing, commenting, and liking. It means the world to me. It helps me out a lot and the algorithm out a lot when you do that. It knows what I like, what you guys like to watch and like to hear, and then obviously helps the algorithm push this content out and create that NRL community we're going for. But see you in the next one. It's been real. Take it easy, mate.